thank you. I was thinking something more easy to understand, but this is Bhagavad Gita's heavy topics. Here, from the chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga, it is called. We read this shloka, Chanjalam hi Manakrishna pamati pravatritam Dasyaham nikaham manyeva yo iva suduskaram. The mind is flickering, is fickle, agitating, strong and firm. I think it is more difficult to control than the wind. Who can control the wind? We have a good example these days. And the mind, they say, it is more difficult to control. Krishna says this verse, Arjuna speaks this to Krishna. Arjuna speaks of the fickle mind. But Arjuna, it is possible to call the mind by the discriminating intellect, according to the scriptures. The Shruti says, Atmanam vidye shariram ratam evacha. And Upanishad. And the other one is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Ahu shariram ratam indriyani hoyani bishumana. Indriyesham vatmani matra jishanam shatutam. Transcendentalists who are advanced in knowledge compare the body, it is made by the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to a chariot. The senses are like the horses. The mind senses is like the reins, the objects of the senses are the destinations. Intelligence is the chariot driver. And consciousness, which spreads throughout the body, is the cause of bondage in this material world. But the mind very strongly agitates the intellect. Just as strong disease does not recognize the medicine which is supposed to cure it, the strong mind by its very nature ignores the discriminating intellect. Palabat. Moreover, it is very firm like iron, which is impossible to pierce by the fine needle of intellect. So I consider it is difficult to overcome the mind. By Ashtanga Yoga, that is like trying to control the violent wind in the sky by stopping the breath with kumbhaka. So difficult, the mind to control. Always talking, always somewhere else. And the intellect is above. But the intellect is not able. It's very rarely. We are not hearing the intellect who is warning us, don't do this, be quiet. Or hear this, not that, or see that, or not this. Or do this, do not this. Mind is, intellect means it is, may help us to control, to get involved in this illusory energy. But it is very difficult. Like we are speaking Harikatha, Krishna speaks, Supreme Lord speaks and gives us some advice how it works. But why people come here? Now talking all kind of worldly things, not thinking of what we are missing, that we escape from this illusory energy, not have any, the mind is more strong. The mind is guiding them. So they don't want to be controlled by the Supreme Lord, they want to be controlled by the illusion, by the mind. So it's very difficult. Intellect may say, you hear Bhagavatam, you hear the words of Krishna and Arjuna. But the mind says, no, I have so many much more important things to do. This is illusion, this is Maya. Just thinking that this is all and all what we experience here in this material world. This body, this country, this family, this is temporary dream. It is not reality. But the mind, very strong, and he is guiding us. He is our leader. He is our guru. It is our authority. So, what is the difference between devotee and materialistic person? Materialistic person serves the mind. Whatever the mind tells him, do this. Yes, we do. What is devotee's mentality is, whatever Krishna wants me to do, I will do. I will act according to his advice, not the advice what the mind is giving me. Enemy. It is said also in the Gita, if the mind is under control, if we are not follower of the mind, then the mind becomes our best friend. Then the mind surrenders to their higher intellect or the devotees to the will of Supreme Lord. But if their mind is, if we serve the mind, then he will become our greatest enemy. He is merciless. Even if we suffer to the lust, he will step on us and he will not care. Mind is not, is in the material world, it is our enemy. When we get him to surrender to the supreme will, the supreme Lord, then he becomes our best friend. Then he is helping us. Otherwise he is our greatest enemy. So, Sri Bhagavan Uvaja, Krishna is saying this to Arjuna. The Lord said, on mighty armed, certainly the mind is difficult to control and free. But it can be controlled and by detachment. So accepting what Arjuna has said, Krishna gives a conclusion. What you be very serious by taking the right medicine according to the doctor's prescription repeatedly. After a long time the disease gets cured. Similarly, though the mind is difficult to control, it is possible to control it by repeated practice according to the direction of the Guru. By constant application of the process of meditation on the Supreme Lord, and by dissociation from the object of enjoyment. As Patanjali says in his sutras, Abhyasa Viragyabhyam Tam Nirudha, from the Yoga Sutras. The mind is controlled by practice and detachment. Science used to feed many great warriors in battle, Krishna says to Arjuna, and even defeated Lord Shiva. Can you not defeat the mind? If you are able to defeat a soldier called the mind by the weapon of the great brothers of yoga, then you can be called mighty armed or Gaudiya. You should not fear, as you are the son of my aunt Kunti. It is proper that I help you. So with the help of the Supreme Lord, it is possible that we may control, we may become the master of the mind. We will defeat him. In the next shloka it says, it is my opinion that yoga is not possible for one whose mind is without practice and detachment. Krishna says, without yoga means practice, sadhana is not possible for one whose mind is without practice and detachment. So we cannot even practice yoga, like different kind of yogas, as sitting in posture like the mystics. If the mind is not under control, it's no question of meditation. So they are learning this ABC, this is not Bhakti, this is the beginning. First you have to defeat the mind. The mind has to follow my real self. Not I have to follow the mind. So, in my opinion, that yoga is not possible for one whose mind is without practice and detachment. Detachment from the external plane. I must enjoy this, I must get this, I must do this. Only section. So I have to become detached. But it is possible to attain for one who endeavors and controls the mind by the proper method. So the Lord cites his own conclusion. Yoga, whose mind is not controlled by practice and detachment, asamyata atmana. Yoga, by stopping the mind, can be attained after a long time by a person who makes effort with the mind controlled by practice and detachment. You also can attain it by following the method of practice. So up to this point, is there any question or any comments? Detachment means the material world offers us so many different kind of so-called pleasures or enjoyment. So we cannot close the eyes and the ears. We have to learn to not be attached, whatever may appear in our mind, to be detached. It is something like this. When you practice bhakti, you get something you cannot get in this world. So it is not a difficult process in this sense. It is just, somebody offers food, but you have tasted a rasgulla, a gulab jamun, or nice samosa. Then you will lose the taste for lower things. You get something better. So it is not a renouncement, it is not giving up, you lose the taste for lower things. And this is also, it will ripen, or it will, by practice. So we are, of course, yoga, but we are bhaktas. We are practicing, we will get some higher taste. Because we have no idea what it is when the mind is, when we are not running. We have no other imagination what. We have no taste. So many things would not if you not follow the mind, and you would have a peaceful life and very happy life, and you could understand that mind is one subtle cover, what covers our real self. And then the bodily conception, of course, the mind is looking for bodily pleasure. But if you get something better than this, you lose the taste for lower things. Can one follow this? Ruchi, taste, yes. It is said, it is given there, yeah. Nishta, Ruchi. What is next? Then power will come. Power means it is, our heart becomes like soft, not hard. We are not running, we are not forcing to get enjoyment, bodily comfort for all, yet every price or whatever may cost. The heart becomes soft, and we develop relation on a higher level to the higher personalities. They are not physical necessarily, not. We come to step on a level. This is not on the physical plane. And then, of course, prema. When our heart becomes like liquid gold, it is the goal of Vaishnava. Then there is no taste, no interest of anything in this world. Because everything is illusion. Illusion means beginning and end. Has also an end. This universe is created and it will also be destroyed one time. Of course, there's time factor. We cannot imagine how long. Because we are small and insignificant. But all these things will be clear. They will be clear for us when we enter the transcendental plane, the eternal plane. There are also unlimited persons there. They have no, they are eternal, engaged in their lila, in their position where they are. And it is not, we think like this from the mundane conception, must be boring. God is sitting on a chair and looking, they're enjoying, I must sit here. No, Lord Krishna is dancing every day, he's going with his friends to the forest and playing and so many eternal. And it is not past and not future is present there. There's always a present. So ever new and more intense. It is now, in our world there is past, present and future. So for us something gets boring after a short time and then we look in the future. We are not living in the present. We remember the past, how beautiful it was or how bad it was, but in the future I will never make this But it goes on like this, life after life. Yeah. Shh. Yeah. In the mind you enjoy sex life. In the mind you imagine how wonderful it will be day and night. In practice it takes, I don't know. With the gross body. So small. You are prepared. It is telling you what to do. Then you are frustrated because you cannot get real satisfaction. Nothing in this world. It's our problem. I speak the problem directly. It's called Namabhasa. You are not, there's Nam Aparata. When you chant and you criticize or you find fault, you are offending other devotees or even other persons. This is not very good. Nama Bhasa is your mind is wandering to the whole universe. You cannot chant name and only hear the name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The mind is free. Not? Idea how powerful it can be. It is very powerful. If the mind is under your control or as your friend, then mind, what the mind, you can see the mind, but you are not attached to it. When you are detached, when you are attached, when you are on the mental level, then you think, I am thinking, I am doing, I am I, me. But you just become you watch what is going on. Don't know if we have understood the system, how it works, we will not be able to act accordingly, because our mind is too strong. So we have to train, we have to practice. What is practice? We are practicing regularly. Our make a program, sadhana it's called. Every day we do. We are practicing, chanting mantras. And with the desire to once become purified and please the Lord. Then you will come at the higher level, higher than the mental level. When you're there, then you will not be disturbed from anything in this world. Something more to say? No. We have a few minutes. Maharaj is there. Oh, in kitchen. Usually at this time. We just read one shloka more. Then Krishna explained. But Bhakti higher level. Then Arjuna said, "Oh Krishna, what is the destination of one who, though having faith, does not endeavor because of unsteady mind, and does not attain the goal of yoga, samadhi?" So, what is the destination of one who, though having faith, does not endeavor because of unsteady mind? So we are all in these situations. And Vishwanath Chakravarti explains this. You have said that yoga can be attained by a person who endeavors through practice and detachment. What happens to the person who does not practice and does not have detachment? He puts in only a little effort. He starts the practice of yoga with faith in the yoga scriptures and is therefore not an impostor. But he deviates from yoga, for his mind turns to objects of enjoyment because of lack of practice and detachment. So this is what happened in the beginning state. We try to follow, we try to practice, but it deviates from yoga, from the practice, because his mind turns to the object of enjoyment because of lack of practice and detachment. That he does not attain complete perfection, some siddhim, but he has attained some results since he has begun the stage of practice. After the stage of aspiring for yoga, So does he who fails in both ways, not having achieved the goal and bewildered about the method of achieving Brahman, disappear like a verbal cloud? He's following your footsteps. Getting late. This is the pastime of Krishna. He's playing with us. So Kvachit indicates only a question, having failed on both sides, having given up the path of karma and taken completely to the path of yoga, and given that up, does he disappear like a cloud which separates from the original cloud and does not that disappears in the middle of the sky? The difficulty is that from having entered the path of yoga, one develops a desire to give up enjoyment of material objects. And because of lack of real detachment, also has a desire to enjoy those objects because of not doing activities leading to Svagaloka. Or Svaga means heavenly planets. This is a religion of this world. They want to go to heaven, Svagaloka. And what they want there? Singing, dancing, all those things what you cannot get here, but enjoying. They think Svagaloka I can enjoy. No, Svagaloka, heavenly planet, according to the Vedas, is also material world. But those who have a good acted piously, they will go there and they will stay there. It is said about 10,000 years, according to our calculation. But then they have to come back again. So they are not going to the real home where we belong to. It is just another kind of Maya. And those who are doing very sinful, bad things, they go to hellish planet. This description is given. And they have to stay there according to their past activities. This world where we are living, this gross world, planet Earth, there you will find heaven and hell. And even Vaikuntha. Everything is available here. That's because even the demigods, they want to take birth here, because here very fast we can understand or realize where we belong to. So we close here. Some comments. How to get what you desire? What is first? Or what is the reason why we are here? I already said it in the beginning. We desire whatever we experience now, that is not coming from outside, it is my desire. And if it's a sinful desire, I have to pay the price for it. If I have a bias desire, also I have to pay. I have to go to heavenly planet. It's for transcendentalists, for real devotees, it's not attractive. From eternal life. We are not temporary, we are not living being who would have to take birth and die again and again and again. Can we close here? Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Guru Gurudev ki jai. Ito Mansakalpatarva Sakap